Hi, so Oculus Medium 1.2 just come out and I want to see what the new features are. So I'll barely brush the surface of what they are, and there's studio share and all that kind of stuff. But cool thing that I've wanted to do, and because I like 3D printing, is how does the transform stuff work? So looking at here, oh, I can see me. It's cool. First video I've recorded too, by the way. So what I can do is I will load up the layer stuff, so you can see straight away when you're looking at a layer you've got a new thing here, such as origin thing. So it's saying it's empty, it's saying the scale, see it's 1 meter each direction. So let's go add a simple object. Let's add a square. Whoops. Cool, we've got a square. So then what we want to do is, normally when I'm like making stuff in 3D printing, is I want to make the scale correct, you know. So I want to go, alright, well, if this has a hole in it, let's go do that quickly. And I haven't used medium in a while either, so it's interesting coming back to it. Love the program. So this can be like a basic sort of screw holder or something like that. Cool. Let's round out the edges a bit. Yay. Always cool. So anyway, you've got this. Now the important part is all this scale stuff. So what I allude to here is normally, so if you go into that, you've got your sculpt scale. So 1 meter. So this doesn't actually make it bigger to me. It makes it bigger in the output. So if this will be 10 meters, now this is heaps bigger when you go to export in your program. Let's go set to 1. Cool. The other cool thing is this one here, show the transform for this object. So now we get to see, really manipulate it. Translate. So freely manipulates the old way where you can drag it and move it everywhere you want. Translate, rotate, scale. So translate's the interesting one for me. Look at this! Wow! You get like numbers and stuff, so you can type in them and do whatever you want. So I'm not going to do that, but that option's there. Cool. But the cool thing is coordinate space, all that kind of stuff, and snapping. Oops. Again, excuse my newbiness of this. So let's go this again. I can see I'm translating here, so I've selected the translate tool, and I had snapping on. Let's just confirm that for you. So snapping, and there's a bunch of different grid scales. Snapping is awesome. So now I can go, oh, let's duplicate this, because I want to have 2 screw holes. So I'm going to move this layer. There we go. Damn. So see, that's not directly straight like I expected, because my axis origin there isn't right. So that's something I probably should learn how to do, because I just tried this earlier and it did work. But you can see how that's snapping in 0.1 meter increments, which is good. So let's see what else we got for that. So we've got, oh sorry, yep, so sculpt is what we want. So look at this, see the handles are changing. So world, slightly off, object, and sculpt. Now this is perfect. Look at this. Look at that. Wow. That is amazing. So now I can go, alright, I'm going to move this, is that back in place? I'm going to move that 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 units, so I know this is a 1 meter according to this long object. So that's correct, and then once I've done all that, I can go back to doing all the cool shit in medium. Like I can go sculpt, let's get out of this stuff and Let me just try moving it around. Ooh, that's fun. Right, but I want to paint again. How do I get back to painting? Here we go. So then I can do all me, arts and stuff, like connecting it in weird ways that's unique to medium. But the important part, like these bits are ready to go. Add a base to it and so that's kind of a crappy example, but I could 3D print that. And I'd know that when I was scaling this, if I had a reference drawing, in the background, I could map that all correctly and all that kind of stuff and know that this is proportional, this bit, that kind of stuff. That bit, to me, is even cooler than the other stuff, which I'll briefly show you the buttons for. So there's VR record, you can see all them. UI looks slightly different, which is nice. More stamps, more kind of stuff. I think some of those are new. You can scale up much more now, so I can go. Cool. But then, if I press the button in, the left mouse, I'll just show you what it does. Look at that. So it's sort of like a press and hold to choose how big I want my size to be. How cool is that? What else is there? I think that's about it for now, but I just wanted to show off the transform handle stuff. In fact, I'm briefly going to do a rotate to see what that looks like. So I press the gear cog, left gear cog on that. That lets me change stuff. Scale select object, edit the object's pivot point. So I'll be interested to see, because I've rotated the view of this a fair bit, if how it looks. Oh, that looks nice. Look at that. That's amazing. And that's rotating correctly on its axis, so it's not that gunky weird stuff, where you're like, oh, I have to keep my hand perfectly still so I can rotate on the correct axis properly. And because you've got a human hand, that it's going to be off center. But look at that, perfect rotations. Absolutely in awe of that. So I'm going to stop this now. And so far, loving medium. This totally is a game changer for 3D printing. I don't know how useful it is for, say, creature modeling, but I'm sure it's fantastic as well. Alright, cheers.